This is impressive, my friend. Just when everyone expected the Eagles to arrive, weakened for the duel against the Rams, the news turned upside down. 2 key starters are cleared and ready to play. But it doesn't stop there. While fans breathe a sigh of relief with these returns, behind the scenes, there's already heavy talk about a signing that turned into a disappointment before it even got going. And as if that weren't enough, we already have hot news for this Sunday's game, which could be another test of fire for Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. If you wear green with pride, like and subscribe now, because what I'm about to tell you today promises to shake the fans' confidence and at the same time raise expectations for one of the most anticipated games of the season. As the Philadelphia Eagles prepare for their decisive matchup against the Los Angeles Rams this Sunday, the good news about the new signings brings hope and optimism to fans. The team's supporters have received confirmation that 2 key players, Jalen Carter and Dallas Goedert, were cleared for the game, offering a significant advantage to the team at a crucial time in the season. Jalen Carter, the young defensive back who has been dealing with a persistent shoulder injury, missed some practices at the start of training camp. Despite this, he played a significant role in the Eagles' victory over the Kansas City Chiefs, playing 80% of the defensive snaps. While he demonstrated his ability, it was clear that he was not yet at his best physical condition. "I think he needs to improve his fitness," said defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. "We talked about it, and I believe we'll see a stronger version of him in the coming weeks." With Carter ready to play against the Rams, the expectation is that he can deliver an even more dominant performance, adding strength to the team's defense. Carter's presence will be essential in maintaining pressure on the opposing quarterback, creating opportunities for the defense to shine. On the other hand, on the offensive side, Dallas Goedert's return is equally impactful. The tight end suffered a knee injury that left him sidelined. He missed practice last week, but is now fully recovered and ready to strengthen the Eagles' passing attack. Goedert is one of Jalen Hurts' most reliable targets, and his absence from the last game was felt, especially with the team's struggles to establish a rhythm in the passing game. "The connection between Hurts and Goedert is a cornerstone of our offense, and we're happy to see him back," said head coach Nick Sirianni. Goedert's ability to make crucial catches and get the ball rolling after the catch will be vital in giving the offense more options, especially against the Rams' well-structured defense. With him back in the mix, Hurts will have more freedom to expand his passing options and create dynamic plays. The impact of these additions is clear. With Carter and Goedert back in the mix, the Eagles become more dangerous on both offense and defense. But while the news of these returns is exciting, the season still presents challenges. The pressure on players still recovering or striving for their best performance is high, and all eyes will be on them. How the team will perform on the field against a Rams that has been growing and is shaping up to be a tough opponent. However, there are still other issues to be resolved, such as the performance of other key players and the continuity of Sirianni's tactics. Time has shown flashes of brilliance, but now it needs to solidify. And with the presence of Carter and Goedert, expectations are high for the Eagles to show their strength and assert their favoritism in this matchup. The game against the Rams promises to be a real test for the Philadelphia Eagles. But with these 2 important additions, the team is stronger than ever. But not all the news in Philadelphia is positive. While some are returning from injury to strengthen the team, another name signed in the offseason has become a headache for the front office. While the latest injury news for the Philadelphia Eagles brings positive news, with key players like Jalen Carter and Dallas Goedert recovering, not all of the moves made in the preseason have proven successful. Known for his ability to make quick and accurate decisions, General Manager Howie Roseman isn't always on target, and Aziz Ojulari's case is one of the biggest disappointments of this offseason. When the Eagles signed the former New York Giants running back, high expectations were placed on Ojulari. He was expected to bring depth to the roster, proving himself as an efficient pass rusher behind stars like Josh Uche and Nolan Smith. With a career marked by flashes of great potential, Ojulari seemed like a perfect addition to help strengthen the defensive core, especially with his speed and ability to pressure the quarterback. However, the injuries that plagued his time with the Giants turned out to be a warning sign, and history seems to be repeating itself in Philadelphia. Despite his transfer as an explosive player when healthy, Ojulari has yet to appear in a single game this regular season for the Eagles. The expectation was that upon arriving in Philadelphia, he would find the balance between potential and production, but what has been seen so far has been a startling absence. His performance in training camp has also left much to be desired. At a time when the team was searching for reliable alternatives at edge rusher, Ojulari failed to impress the coaching staff. Defensive coordinator Vic Fangio had already mentioned the need for more consistent performance from players other than the starters, and Ojulari simply failed to shine. As the season began, it became clear that the player would not be used in the early rounds. His lack of production and the Eagles' lack of confidence in his ability to contribute during the game sparked rumors of a possible release or trade. While time still keeps him on the roster, it is clear that patience with Ojulari is running out. The fact that he has not seen the field thus far speaks volumes about his status on the team. This situation leaves the Eagles facing a difficult decision. Hold on to Ojulari for depth reasons, hoping he can finally find his rhythm, or cut ties and look for a more effective solution. Ojulari's future in Philadelphia seems certain, and by all indications, he may not be a part of the team in 2026. If the Eagles do decide to move on without him, it will be one of the biggest regrets of the season. But if Ojulari can show something at some point, perhaps he can still prove that, in the end, his signing wasn't a complete mistake. The only certainty so far is that the Eagles have much more to expect from this edge rusher position, and Ojulari hasn't delivered what was expected of him thus far. And if Ojulari's inactivity generates frustration behind the scenes, on the field the expectations are completely different. It's time to look ahead to the matchup against the Rams and project what might happen. The Philadelphia Eagles are preparing for an exciting matchup this Sunday against the Los Angeles Rams, a game that promises to be decisive and action-packed. Both teams have significant potential at the start of the season, but the Eagles are confident of taking another step forward, especially after a convincing victory over the Kansas City Chiefs in Week 2. Now the focus is on building on their strong performance and continuing their march toward the top of the NFC. The Eagles' game plan should revolve around Saquon Barkley, who has been a true basketball machine against the Rams in recent seasons. With over 450 rushing yards in both matches last year, Barkley knows how to dominate the Los Angeles defense. He is expected to continue to be a key part of Philadelphia's rushing attack. While exceeding 200 yards like last year is dangerous, Barkley still has the potential to surpass 150, and his performance will be crucial in opening up space in the Eagles' passing game. Speaking of the passing game, Jalen Hurts will once again be in the spotlight. The Eagles' quarterback, who has faced some criticism regarding his performance so far, will look to connect with his top receivers such as A.J. Brown and the returning Dallas Goedert. Hurts has been under pressure to demonstrate his ability to lead the offense more consistently, and this game could be the perfect opportunity for him to start turning the tide. He is expected to throw 2 touchdowns, one of which should go to Goedert, who is back from injury and looking to make an immediate impact. The reconnection between Hurts and Goedert could be one of the biggest differences in this matchup. While the offense looks to make a difference, the defense will also play a key role. Rookie Jihad Campbell has been projected to be one of the breakout stars of the season and will be on the field to prove his worth. After solid performances in the early rounds, Campbell is ready to shine with a sack on the Rams quarterback. His presence has been a pleasant surprise, and this game could be the breakthrough moment he's been waiting for. What Campbell has demonstrated so far is that he has the energy and skills to excel in the NFL, and the Eagles' defense will certainly have a positive impact with him on the field. The Eagles come into this matchup as favorites and are projected for a 30-22 victory. Both halves have the potential to be a high-scoring game, but the Eagles' superior defense, combined with Barkley's success on the ground, should give Philadelphia the edge. This game will not only be another regular season matchup, but it could also serve as a preview of what a potential playoff matchup between these two teams could be, making the matchup even more exciting for fans. With the return of Jalen Carter and Dallas Goedert, as well as the expectations surrounding Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, how do you think the Eagles will fare against the Rams, and which player will stand out in this matchup? And on the other hand, how could the situation of Aziz Ojulari, who hasn't yet played, affect the defensive depth of the team in the long term? Leave your opinion here, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.